There we go. Hey, how you all going? It's Jai, that Aussie metal guy here today with crank.com and with that metalstation.com. And I'm getting to have a chat with three of the guys from Hollywood Nightmare, metalcore band out of LA who are due to release their debut EP, Scary as Fuck, out now on all platforms. Cheers for joining me, guys.
Yeah, this will be.
Thanks for having us.
No, it's absolute pleasure, man. Do you mind just going through quickly and just introducing yourself, not only for the camera, but the audio as well?
I'm Scott. I'm the guitar player of.
And my name's Luke. I'm the drummer.
I'm Logan. I'm the guitarist.
Cool. Scott, Logan, and Luke. Hey, guys. So first off, man, can you please just give us a little brief rundown of who Hollywood Nightmare are?
Well, Hollywood Nightmare is a young metalcore band from Hollywood, and we conquered the Sunset Strip in West Hollywood, and we play at Whiskey A Go Go, Viper Room, and Grill before the pandemic. And we recently just played a comeback show at Universal Bar and Grill. It's in LA, and yeah, we're like the hype metal band. That's what everybody calls us.
Yeah. What was that show like? Was that recently?
Yes.
So
we packed that little shithole.
yeah, that would have been good though to kind of get on stage after the year that we have had. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, it was fun. It was definitely kick ass. We had a good time. Quite a few people showed up, so it was definitely worth it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You kind of really want people to start packing into these shows, don't you? And after the year we've had and everything too. And I know it would have been hard on bands like yourself, trying to keep busy and remain active, and then, getting people along to these shows when they're starting as well is also a big part of the music industry going forward with what we've had to go through. You still there?
Yeah.
Maybe it cut out.
Did it? Yeah, it would have been good to be able to get in there and have that show, considering the year that you would have had as well. It would have been a lot quieter than you probably would have expected or wanted as well.
Yeah, it's been a year without any live shows, and people definitely are dying for this kind of live show and coming out to the bars and see all these bands playing and just have fun and get drunk.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely. Can you tell me a little bit about the single "Slow Motion"? No, I think that was the latest single from you guys, wasn't it?
Yes, that's a kind of a personal, having a little bit personal story in there. It's about our singer, Kyle, who is unfortunately not here today. So the story behind it is recently passed away, which is like also his mentor and just means everything to him. But that song is just straight up sad and yeah, like self-explanationable, and yeah, but we're just trying to reach out into different genres, see where we can hit. Like, we're expecting to put out like a lot of different kind of stuff, including slow motion, and also we have our remixes on YouTube. So we're just trying to explore with like all kinds of genres.
Yeah, and keep busy. So, have you been busy making EP album or in this time? Because I've spoken to a few bands, and in the time that they haven't been able to play live or do much, they've been flat out just trying to make music and keep active.
Yes, we have. We recently recorded 2 more songs for the album, and we have 3 more left to go with the vocal recording. All the instrumentals are done. But yeah, like during this pandemic, we wrote 4 new songs and released Fade Out and Slow Motion. So by the end of the year, everyone is gonna be expect from us with an album called Inferno, including 10 songs, and yeah, stay tuned.
Yeah. What's that whole process been like, guys? Getting in there and recording. Has it been affected much with COVID, or how's it going? Getting all you guys into a room and recording and doing that. Were you able to get in the room, or did you just have to do it like over this kind of platform? Or
I mean, the way that we produce our album is rec- if you can record yourself, just do it yourself. Because I'm I've graduated from a school with audio engineering degrees, and I have years of experience with that. So recording instrumental isn't that big of a problem for us. The only thing that we need help with is the vocal recording, which is kind of a pain in the ass because our studio got shut down during the pandemic. And besides that, the instrumentals are all good. Like I said, like all the musics are done. The only thing that we need to do is to record vocals and up, and we tracked two more songs last month. So we hope there's gonna be more to come, and we're expecting everyone to stay tuned for this new album.
yeah, nice. Can you? I want to ask get the other guys in here on the conversation a little bit. Hey guys, I'm Logan and Luke. Can you tell me how you first started your prospective instrument and how your journey kind of led into Hollywood Nightmare here?
Well, so back when I started guitar, I didn't start till I think I was about 18, and I always loved music. You know, it was the most amazing thing. I never really thought I could play guitar or would be that good at first. And during that time, I'm like, you know what? I'll just get lessons and go from there, see if I like it. Started getting lessons. I just started, practicing more and more and more, getting good till like I literally just fell in love with it. I'm like, oh my god, like I actually want to do this for a career. That would be sick. And so then, around that time, I wanted to, kind of figure out where I was going in my life and all that good stuff. And so I was deciding on either going to mechanic school for motorcycles or, play guitar. And so I decided to play guitar because that was like the ultimate dream. And so I was looking up, guitar schools and music schools, and right in Hollywood, I saw Musicians Institute, and so I'm like, oh, that looks sick. It looks like it could help me, kind of get connections and kind of get me a good start to where I want to go on my journey. And so right after that, I came out here to Hollywood for probably 3 months or so before, maybe a few months before I met Scott. And he was actually in the guitar performance class with me. And we were doing solos, and Scott got up and just shredded. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. All right. That guy knows what he's doing. And so I was kind of trying to find people to help me out and learn how to play better and, maybe, improve. And so literally the next day I was walking to school, and right as I'm walking into the hallway into the school, Scott's walking in as well. And so I'm like, hey, what's up? You're pretty kick ass. Like, I was wondering if you could maybe help me out with some stuff and teach me. And so he's like, yeah, sure. And so after that, we practiced all night. We pull all nighters and just practice at MI. And then we'd go down, walk the strip when the sun was rising. And so it was hilarious. It was pretty crazy, back in the day. But yeah, that's kind of how everything got started. And then we did a few, other bands, and those didn't go really anywhere. And then that's when Hollywood Nightmare officially kind of started.
Okay, cool. And do you want to tell us about your journey, mate?
Yeah, I've always played drums my whole life, and then at one point I took lessons for about a year, I'd say. But I was kind of self-taught before that and after that, and I kind of just did it just because I was good at it, and I always liked music. Um, but I didn't really know what exactly I wanted to pursue, whether it was music or the movie industry. So at one point, I ended up pursuing the movie industry, and uh, I was a stuntman, and I did a bunch of different things like that, and hardcore and free running. And one time, I was doing some tricks, and I broke my back, and then it was during that time that I was like, shoot, well, what should I do? And as I was healing, I was like, well, playing drums is doable during this time because you're stationary. So I was like, okay, this is a chance I should take to like see what's up with my music. So I got on a website called Bandmix, and I set up a profile saying I'm a drummer looking for a band, or I was also him. He hit me up. Actually, I don't know who hit who up. I think he hit me up, but he's like, "Hey, there's a project, blah blah blah, this and that," and I was like, "Yeah, let's figure it out." And I was playing with another band temporarily. I was determining whether I should join this band or that band, and then I don't know. I just kicked it with these guys, and it was just felt right, and so I was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And then that's how I kind of came into the picture.
Yeah, nice. And who are some of the influences that you guys would say that have helped inspire you?
All the For me, all the 2012 bands, metalcore bands.
I think my favorite band is Avenged Sevenfold. That's what really probably inspired me the most. The Sister Gates and all that. Just crazy, just awesome band. And then yeah, like a lot of hair metal stuff. I loved Slash and Cinderella and Poison and all that stuff. So like I just yeah, anything like early 2000s, and then all the 80s stuff, like those were like kind of stuff I really loved.
I mean, for me, I listen to a lot of different really for not just metal but also pop and EDM stuff. I'm a sucker for dubstep, and I I listen to K-pop sometimes from time to time. It's fascinating, and the influence on music on me is probably coming from Linkin Park's Slipknot, Lamb of God on my guitar playing, and writing wise, I'll say all the synthcore band like buttcore stuff, and sometimes I do polyphia and chunk kind of mellow but very melodic but
Yep.
technical as shit.
Yeah, so he likes a lot of technical stuff. Our vocalist is very into like melodies and things like that, and I'm very into like heavy. I was like, oh, we should make this song heavy on this part because I go into like the whole deathcore genre, and I like all that stuff too. But so we each have like our own like influences in songs. Like Kyle, the vocalist, is like, oh, melody this, melody that. He's like, oh, let's add some more technicality. And I'm like, yo, let's add a sick breakdown or something.
Let's put in some
And well,
blast
Aaron,
beats.
what's your thing?
Where I'm not as hard as Lamb of God or stuff like that, crazy rippages, but I really love like stuff like Slash, or just something very very cool, or what's that band with Jeff Loomis? Jeff Loomis is
Arch
yeah,
Enemy.
freaking amazing. They have amazing melodies, and it just makes it really really distinctive.
Yeah, Jeff Loomis is unreal, man. An arch enemy, that's for sure. There's some pretty good bands to kind of go by. As you're talking about your songwriting process, you kind of mentioned a little bit then, but how was the songwriting process for this forthcoming album you're working on?
Um, these songs are actually pretty old.
Okay.
Like it's been around for almost 3 years now. Like, but every time that we retract that, we can always come up with something new with each recording sessions. And stems like we grow a little bit, especially with our technique. Does like not only for guitar playing but also audio engineer editing stuff.
Yeah, so like we all have a bunch of demos just laying around almost because he's always writing things. And then we're okay, we're gonna write an album, and we look at the demos that we have. We're like, okay, well, this one's a good one. So that's why sometimes they're around for a long time.
Yep.
But then we're like, okay, let's use this for this one song that we're trying to do. Then we'll either change it up or add the new things like he was saying.
Yeah, it's like a library for us,
Yeah.
just with a lot of demos. Some of them are good, but most of them.
Yeah,
it's just mostly just writing as many as you can, and you just kind of grow from doing it.
yeah, so you'd be probably pretty keen, as you're saying there, Scotty, since some of these are older tracks, you're probably pretty keen to lay this out and start working on the next album. Because I know a few bands I've chatted with and have said the same thing. They're like, oh, this is some older material we've wanted to get out, but we've also got other stuff that we've been working on lately that we're already planning for the next album as well.
I mean, we do. We like already plan out our next release, which is gonna be an EP. It's just like preview about it. It's gonna be different. It's extremely riffage
Yeah,
and it's super heavy.
yeah, it's beyond.
It's beyond.
When
That's
you
good.
hear
Heavy's good though. It's good to have this bit of variety and range to your sound instead of just going, okay, this is what we do. We're just going to play this over and over again on every album, which is good for some bands, but it's also good to see the technicality of bands and the variety of music that they can play as well, besides being stuck into to one set style. I like hearing bands that can go super heavy, then play something super melodic as well. It really does show the range and the talent of musicians like yourself to be able to do that.
Yeah, definitely. I also feel like the heaviness is more like a trendy stuff that is floating around this metal scene. Like some bands adopting this kind of low tuning and stuff. Like I would say the next trend is gonna be a little bit thaw, adding into metalcore this kind of genre, because I can see that thing happening, and for the next 2 to 3 years, it's just gonna become more and more relevant.
Yeah, the scene is really large, as you're saying about the different genres and the different styles of metal, and you're getting. I'm noticing even black metal, you get more of the atmospheric black metal and all sorts of different styles and bands willing to experiment with their sound as well.
Yes, definitely. Like, I mean, come on, you're in almost 2022. You kind of have to step up your game and break the stereotypical, you know?
Yeah, where's the best place people can get along and support Hollywood Nightmare? Like, buy albums. I know these are up on Spotify, and I'm a big I try and bring this up in every interview as well. It is great to get those listens on Spotify, but it's also great to get support as well. For me, people buying albums, buying merch, because that is the way the scene is going to go forward, not with people's Spotify playlists, not with Spotify listens, because artists like yourself need to be able to pay for recording time, need to be able to buy guitars or at least buy a beer at a show. And Spotify doesn't do that.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we're actually currently working on the website right now.
Cool.
like it's gonna contain all of our music and our t-shirt designs that you can order it from there. Shooting on to release this website before August of this year,
Cool.
which also is another thing gonna happen in August. We're gonna play at Metal in the Mountain Festival in West Virginia. So if you're gonna come out here and see us, you're gonna see the brand new merch that we're preparing for you guys, and obviously seeing us playing live. And this is gonna be the first time that we hit a big stage like that, so it'll be very sick.
Yeah,
And
yeah. Tell us a little more about the show, Scotty. It must be a good.
yeah, so it's in West Virginia. It's a 4 day music festival, and we have bands like Attila, Butcher Baby, and who else is playing?
Uh,
I forget the last.
It's right. I'll put the link in there anyway for you, Scotty. What's the name of the festival?
It's Metal in the Mountains.
Metal in the Mountains. Cool. I'll put the
It's
link in there too, so people can check it out as well. That you must be pretty rapt to get on a show like that as well, with those kind of bands as well, because not only is it good to get on stage with people to see your music who probably would have never heard of Hollywood Nightmare, it's also good because you can actually sell some merch, because people like me hit the merch stands crazy mad when you go to shows like this as well.
oh, yeah.
definitely this is like the biggest opportunity and marketing place for us.
Yeah, well,
And
live music is. People don't realize that there's a whole industry behind the live scene, especially with the way the streaming cycles go, that playing live is pretty well the best place for bands to make that connection with fans, get rid of some merch and find extra fans. Because like me, I go buy stuff and then I go tell 20 of my mates, go fucking check this out. This is awesome. And shit like that, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think this festival is gonna be just kick ass. Like I'm definitely ready for it. I know we're all ready for it, and moving up to a bigger stage, that'll be where it's at.
and this is my first time going to East Coast as well, so it'll be fun.
Yeah, that must be good then, having that feeling that you're getting onto these stages as well, and must really put a fire in your belly as well, a good positive fire in your belly going forward. That let's keep fucking working, let's doing this. Our music's getting across to the right ears, we're getting noticed, and we're getting coverage.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and do you have your music up on Bandcamp at all? I gotta ask, man. That's also a good platform to put music up on as well, if you haven't yet.
Well, for Bandcamp, oh man, we used that when we first started. Like that
You'd be
was
surprised.
yeah. I mean, we have our oldest version of Biohazard.
See that.
Up there is like very home studio quality, but it's interesting. People still listen to that.
Yeah, I buy. Hey, you'd spin out, man. I know a lot of bands in the scene that put music on there that actually sell really well through that platform too. Because people like me do avoid the streaming cycles, and we're more likely we want to buy music. You know what I mean? And I like to buy digital music as well, not only because I use it for the radio, but it's also I feel better when I buy an album because I'm old school like that. That was the generation I grew up with. You buy albums, you listen to them. You know what I mean? It's people are getting a bit too and it's not helping the scene. I don't know how you feel, but I don't think it's good to get your music across to other years, but it is kind of helping, and it's like two-headed fucking beast. It's helping the scene, but it's also killing a lot of the scene as well.
Yeah, as like I definitely feel that like the price has been dropping and CD doesn't sell anymore. Like, but we appreciate that still buys album. That's like a very big support to the artists and the music community.
Yeah, it is, and it seems to be the way to go for me. I just do like to bring that up every now and then and make it a point to be known that anyone watching this, go buy some music and buy some merch from Hollywood Nightmares. It's really cool. You'll want to put the stuff in your stereo, put it up really loud so the neighbors can hear it, guys. This has been an absolute pleasure, man. I'll let you guys get about the rest of your day. But do you have any last words, shout outs, thank yous, or anything you want to add in that I may have missed?
Just stay tuned for the next songs that will be dropping. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Uh, Instagram is where we post a lot of our just what's happening with us. So yeah, that's a good way to stay tuned with us. But thanks for having us.
Yeah, and then come see us at West Virginia.
Come through to West Virginia.
That'll be sick. That'll be a good time.
That's it, Scotty. Did you want to add anything in there, my friend?
It's a pleasure to be interviewed by you, especially you're from Australia. It's like, what time is it out there?
Yeah, it was 9:30 in the morning when I started with you guys. I think about 9:35 when we started. It's now going. It's 5 past 10 in the morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. It's Sunday morning as well. I think we're kind of a few hours ahead. So it's usually still on the Saturday, aren't you?
Yeah, 5:35 on Saturday.
Yeah.
So Sunday's looking good. It's fine. You can get up to Sunday. Sunday's fine. Cheers, guys. Everyone, if you can you're over in the US, go to Metal in the Mountains. Take a stack of money so you can buy a heap of merch and support Hollywood Nightmares. Guys, thank you very much, man. This has been an absolute pleasure talking music.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.